Hey there, welcome to day 91 of our Supersize Your Business annual challenge. And we're switching gears. It's a brand new month. So we're talking about communication, not just communication, effective communication, right? Because we all communicate, some of us better than others, some of us worse than others. And it's one of those foundational skills, just like confidence and our mindset and things that people don't ever want to talk about, especially in business, but that absolutely positively have an incredibly huge impact on everything we do, everything we say, how we say it, what we do or do not say, how we present it, the colors that we use, our branding, our positioning, all of it revolves around communication and our ability to speak to and reach the people that we're here to serve, right? Because we don't want everybody listening. We just want the people that we want to work with and that we can help to be attracted to or magnetized to our offers, to us, to our organizations. So today and all this month, we are focusing on the life framework area of communication. It's way down there at the bottom, communication and confidence, because I added those to the life framework and what I teach and share with other people in 2020. In 2020 and 2021, I was involved in a coaching program that focused on communication, confidence, core skills that if we improve those skills, it exponentially impacts our life and makes our life better. Because now the reverse is true, right? Too. If I am deteriorating in those areas with respect to communication and confidence, if those are being negatively impacted by something, which the COVID pandemic was definitely negatively impacting billions of people on the planet simultaneously. And that's why I sought out, instead of just sitting and watching Netflix, I said, okay, what am I going to do? And so I joined a coaching program, which it was the perfect time for personal development and coaching programs, right? I think there was probably a personal development explosion during the pandemic, just like there was we're going to clean up and organize and fix up our property and our house explosion. I have never seen our community look better than during the pandemic. Why? Because the things that all of us have been wanting to do for ages and ages, but never had the time to, all of a sudden we were forced to have the time and we had to find ways to fill it. And I, like so many other people, filled it in productive ways. But there were also a lot of people I know and love and care about that didn't fill it in productive ways and ended up losing their business as a result of that situation. Now I could say something really harsh like, losing our business is always our choice. And I'm sure I could get a lot of hate speak from that and a lot of negative communication because that's a very unpopular opinion. But the truth is, we are the creators of our own business and the creators of our own life. And we decide whether we're going to stay in business or not. We might have to pivot and change. Don't like the word pivot. That came out of the pandemic. We have to change, right? Change. I love change. I think some people hate change. I'm starting a new thing this week that's a huge, scary, big, hairy, audacious goal change. But I'm excited to do it because I know that that's the only place that I grow. The only place I grow is when I step out of that comfort zone and get uncomfortable and do new things, try new things. Action is the only thing that guarantees, and continuing to never quit and continuing to make progress and move forward is the only thing that actually guarantees our success. And nobody and nothing outside of you can stop that. There's so many stories of people that have overcome unbelievable odds, way harder than anything any of us have faced. And I always just brush off my challenges because I know that it's there for a reason, to teach me something and show me something. And as soon as I learn the lesson from that, then I'm going to move on and take the next step. Sometimes I have to take the next step before I've even actually figured out the lesson because I know I need to just keep making progress. I think human beings are progress seeking devices, but that's a topic for another day. So effective communication. I challenge you today to look back at last week and think about in your business what communications went really, really well. That's where your strengths lie. And what communications were weak or didn't land with our customers or with the person that you were delivering the message to. And those are your areas for improvement. And we're going to dig deeply into those this month to make sure that you have a process in place, and actually two processes at least, and tools at least in place to deal with these situations, either positive or negative. Because guess what? Things that happen aren't positive or negative. It's just how we interpret them and what emotions and meaning we apply to those things that determines if they're negative or positive. And if we choose to not let anything stop us, then no matter what happens, we're going to figure it out. I love believing and thinking that way. I think it served me much more positively than if I ever get into the doom and gloom and negativity. So today, on a scale of 1 to 10, do those two things, but also on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being horrible, awful, baby level communication, 10 being awesome. And the, 90 to 100% of your communications work out the way that you think that they should. Now, this is with respect to your business. So it's not just your communication ability and skills, it's everybody else's combined. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think your organization falls with respect to communication? Remember, everybody in the organization, every department, every piece of material you put out or take in, etc., becomes part of that big glob of communication that we're rating today. I love it when business people I'm working with come back and say, oh, we're a 10. And I just say, okay. And then after a meeting, I do a little audit of their website and of their communication and all the things that they show the world. And I guarantee I have yet to find an actual 10 in that and in how they're behaving as an organization internally. Some really good ones like 8 and 9, but I have yet to find a 10, an organization that just is rocking it in every area and aspect, and all the people in there are. There's always a few people, right? Just like it's the bell-shaped curve. There's always a few people that are outliers on both ends, right? So you might have an awesome communicator that's impacting your organization in a positive way. I say tap into that person and have them help other people become awesome communicators. But you're bound to have the opposite of that as well in your same organization or in a key position and player spot that interacts with your organization on a regular basis. So maybe it's a sales rep that you have to deal with. Have you ever had a sales rep for your business that you didn't like? Have you ever had some that were terrible? I had one that was a total gossip. And he went to all the businesses on Main Street in my small town, which is where my Italian food manufacturing business was located. And he would come in gossip blazing, and I would never say anything. I didn't say anything, didn't participate, nothing. But I knew I didn't participate intentionally because anything I told him, he was going to my neighbor and going to tell them, right? People show us who they are if we're willing to look at and listen to what they have to say and how they show up. All right, so what are we doing today? We are jumping into communication full force. Share in the comments below 1 to 10 where you think your organization is right now. Remember, just be honest because it's not a reflection of you. It's just where you are at this snapshot in time. And that's what we want to get. We want to know where you are at this snapshot in time. And then at the end of the month, we're going to ask ourselves again, why? Because if you apply 30 little things to your organization and implement them, do you think your organization is going to have better communication and be better communicators or worse? I guarantee they're going to be better. They might not be 30 times better. You'll still probably have that 1 or 2 people that are just outliers and are like, you shake your head whenever they talk because you're like, I have no idea what this person is saying. I have toddler granddaughters, and my youngest granddaughter is speaking in full sentences, and she speeds them right out. And she in her mind knows exactly what she's saying and what she means. But the rest of us, usually there's a word or two we have to try to figure out how to translate and figure out what is it that she's actually communicating and saying. And it's changing every day. It's changing so fast. How well she's becoming a great little communicator. And that can happen for us in our businesses as well. All right. If I can help you with this in any way, if you have any questions, just reach out and ask. If there's any topics you really, really want to talk about with respect to communication, make sure you message me or direct message me or comment below so we get those covered this month. Of course, I'm going to cover the things I care about and that I think are important with respect to communication, but I really want to cover the things that are most important to you. The only way I know that is if you give me feedback. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. All right. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.